So Drew was just talking about the style that you guys play.
Oh,
and some,
nice question there.
yeah, just some of the stuff that's been out there about that lately. Just maybe a thought on, when people say that the style is bad for hockey or boring or whatever they might have to say about it. Like, how would you respond to that notion?
Well, I would just say it's part of our game. We go out and try to win hockey games just like everybody else goes out and tries to win hockey games. And it's part of what we do. I mean, there's nothing really more other than that.
What's it like? Their coach, Chris, mentioned, if I remember correctly, New York and Toronto are teams that also play. I think the Rangers he meant. What's it like playing against the system that you play when you're up against a team that does that? Does it give you an advantage because you know how to play it as well as you do, or how does that work?
Well, I would answer a lot like this. So there's lots of teams that play very well in the neutral zone. And I'm not sure if it's as much about the system they're playing or just about how committed their players are to being good in the neutral zone. One of my greatest mentors, Jacques Lemaire, he never called it a system. He always said, you play defense in the neutral zone. That's what you do. And so system, this, that, the other thing, it's all about playing defense through the neutral zone. And you can do that in a number of different ways. But the important part is you're playing defense through the neutral zone when you don't have the puck,
Leon Draisaitl told us this morning that a little piece of him dies inside every time he has to dump a puck in against the 1-3-1. Do you have an inherent advantage when skill guys think, oh man, another night against the Kings, this is hard? Does that work to your favor?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. You would probably have to ask him in more depth. That question. I don't know. We just do what we do. We try to do it well, and then we try to attack the other team when we got an opportunity and score goals when we have a chance. So, I'm not talking a lot about this. This is just who we are. We play well with it. Some nights we don't, and that's just what we do.
Kind of the grind of the season as it's coming to a close here. When you're playing a team that you very well could see in the playoffs potentially, is there a little bit more in that? Maybe a nice something to focus on and give the game a little bit more juice.
Yeah, I think the Western Conference for sure. We just had a strong game against Vancouver, a real hard-fought game against Vancouver. That probably had a little extra emotion in it, probably what you're referring to. And I think every game versus the Oilers this year has been the same. They've been hard-fought games. They're emotional. So I would imagine tonight will just be the same.
If this was football, you'd hold back your trick plays because you might see them in the playoffs in 3 weeks. It's not football. Is there anything to hold back? Is there anything not to show when you're playing the Oilers 2 weeks for the playoffs?
Well, I mean, we don't know. We're in a playoff race is the way we see it. So we're just going out there and playing. We aren't specifically, going over and above anything else we do because we're playing the Oilers tonight. The focus is always on our team. So we'll go out and try to continue playing, the way we're playing right now, which we're pretty happy with. We're starting to really consistently play our game. So that's what we're mostly focused on.
Jim, we know Ange is, the all-around player that he is and has been. But what do you think has been behind the spike from a production standpoint offensively, just over this last stretch here?
Well, I don't know exactly. I think Kempe coming back, being healthy, that certainly helps. He's an excellent player. Q is a forechecker who's had a really good season. So a lot of times when you're going well or you're scoring and the puck's going in, your line mates have a lot of influence on that, and then the defenseman too. So it really, I don't think you can point to one single thing for him. He's somebody that's had a pretty good career to this far, and he's got lots left in him. And we're sure glad we have him.